everybody. Welcome to the class of Soft Skills and Personality Development. Soft skills are the skills which are necessary for today's 21st century. It is the need of the hour. Soft skills we have a presumption that soft skills are the skills which is associated, which are associated with language skills. Those who speak fluent English, those who have efficiency of writing alone is soft skills. But soft skills are people skills. You have to learn to work in a team unless otherwise you have these type of skills which we are going to learn now. You cannot work in a team and you cannot become a successful personality. And if you enhance your soft skills, definitely you can enhance your personality. And the highlights of developing soft skills. As I told you, soft skills are people skills. You have to learn the skills which you have to accommodate yourself well with the other fellow beings. And you have to have for that, in order to enhance your skills, you should have a clear focus on your target. You have to fix a target. This is my target. This I have to achieve in life. That target should be clearly focused. So if you have a clear focus, you can achieve your target. The next one is purpose oriented. You have to always work, always think in a purpose oriented way. And you have to have an end in mind when you begin a work. The work cannot be big. When you start a work, when somebody gives you a work, you should not abruptly begin without any destination. You should have you should think of and dream of the end while beginning the task. That is an important skill which you have to learn. And you should not be guided by prejudice. If you have any of your personal prejudices, it will be a hindrance to the skill, hindrance to accommodate yourself in a team. So when you want to play in a team or in an individual way, you should have this. You should not be guided by prejudice. And you should always understand the environment where you are. And you should be always to be. You should make yourself, you should give a way to others to understand yourself. So you have to be understood. And that skill you have to understand. And you should have empathy. So without empathy, this skill which everybody should have. And if they have, definitely they will not go in an inappropriate way. The next skill the types of skills which are necessary for developing all the skills what we have seen earlier. So the first skill what you need is self-awareness. You should be aware of yourself when you are in any sort of situations, occasions, and an environment. So your self-awareness would give you confidence, and you should be aware of yourself. And in order to make your personality well, in order to enhance your personality, you should have the self-awareness. You should have a check always. You should talk in the mirror. You have to have a self-talk to understand about yourself. And in the interview, the first question would be about yourself. So when you talk about yourself, you should talk about the important and innovative skills what you have. So that will be in an impressive way you have to present. So for that you need self-awareness. Unless otherwise you have self-awareness, you cannot present yourself well. And the next one is self-confidence. So if you are self-aware, definitely you will be confident enough to make or endure any sort of situation in your life. So self-confidence will take you to achieve your target. The third one is mindset. Your mindset, how you fix it. There are different types of mindset. And if you fix your mind, this is what I am, then there won't be enough space for learning. So you should always have a growth mindset to understand your situation. And if you have self-confidence, definitely your mind, if you fit yourself or set your mind for a positive thing, definitely you can improve the confidence. The fourth one is emotional balance. You should have a balancing emotion. You should not be highly tempered, or you should not you should not be highly sad, or you should have that emotional balance to understand uh, or cooperate with your fellow beings. Whether it is a family, it is in the family, or in a workplace, or in a school, or a college, wherever you are, when you are in a group, you have to you have to have a balance of your emotion to make yourself, to make your personality enhanced one. The next one is handling stress. How do you handle it? Oh, you must have seen people, they handle all the situations in a way, unstressed way, and some people handle everything in a light way. So that is not the problem, or the occasion is very different, or it is various to people, but the approach of yourself makes it difficult or light. So you should know to handle the stress. You should not make yourself stressed for any of the jobs, any of the obstacles which comes on your way. The next one is handling failure. So failure is a part and parcel of everybody's life, and failure enduring. You should have a self-talk to yourself when you end up, or when you face failure. So failure should not make you should not make you think that you are lower in your birth, or lower in your confidence, or it should not stop your perseverance towards success. You should think that you should know to handle it in a way where you have to learn things, where you have to learn lessons to make it successful. Next point is you should have patience. So you should not patience. If you have this skill, definitely you can achieve all the above skills which we have talked. Patience and tolerance and trustworthiness. If you have patience, and if you have tolerance of the situation, whatever it comes, if you understand that you are going to handle it in a positive way, definitely any situation will not hinder you. And trustworthiness, you can build trustworthiness. People should trust. So when you go to your class, the students, you have to make the students to trust. You should make them understand that you are a person whom they can trust to learn something new. So like that, wherever even in the family, or a school, or a college, in a working place, wherever you are, you should build a trustworthiness to make your personality appreciable. The next point is perceptiveness. Your perception over, you should always have a positive perception towards the work, whatever it is given. So you should know, you always, as we have seen in the first highlights of the soft skill, one of the important soft skills what you have to learn is you should have that perceptiveness, positive perception towards whatever comes on your way. The next one is spiritual intelligence. Spiritual intelligence, your inner self, understanding of yourself will come only when you have intelligence to understand yourself. So when you understand yourself, definitely you can have your awareness, and you can build confidence, and you can have all the possible things which we have spoken. And the last one is emotional intelligence. If you can handle your senses, if you can handle positively the senses, whatever you have, so the emotional intelligence will help you to build all the things. And these are the types of skills which are necessary for anybody in the world. So if they have all such skills, and they will definitely be an enhanced personality in the society. Next is kinds of approach to build or develop the skills what we have discussed earlier. So kinds of approach we have pessimistic and optimistic, only two types of kinds of approach we have, whomever it is. So one is pessimistic approach, the second one is optimistic approach. So here we have, so two persons, with a small anecdote, I can explain about how pessimistic way and an optimistic way help the individual to understand the environment. So if two persons, if they go into a garden and they find, their master asks them to find the things which they see in the garden. So when the first person goes inside the garden, he saw only the thorns, and he came back saying that to his master. He told the master that he could see only the thorns in the garden, and it is very painful to go inside the garden. And the master received comments from the second person who went to look into the garden, and he said that the garden is completely filled with flowers. So beautiful flowers. He could admire. He didn't have any mind. He didn't have mind to come out of the place. So that is how the two persons in the same place, but they have different perspectives. The one person approached in a positive way, who is an optimist, who saw only the roses in the garden. And the second one is the person who went and looked only the thorns, is pessimist, and he saw his approach is not positive. His approach shows that he has poverty of mind. He has to develop his mind. So that is why he saw only the thorns in the garden. So you should have only two kinds of approach to understand the ability of yourself. So self-confidence will not come to a pessimistic person. Self-awareness would not be possible for a pessimistic person. So you should always have an optimistic approach to understand your environment. The next one, learning mindset. So what are the mindsets you have? The different types of mindset, and how you can fix your mind, how you can set your mind to be a better personality in the society. So the first one is fixed mind, and the second one is growth mindset. Fixed mindset people use always, they'll be fixed their mind whenever they go to a new place. They'll fix their mind, and this is what is going to happen to me. They'll fix their mind. They will not let any of the new things go into their mind. For example, they'll always think themselves completely filled with things, and they will not allow anybody to make something extra addition to their mind. The growth mind people are the people who are prone to learn so many things, and they always learn like a baby. So as baby learns to understand the things as it grows, so like which even at the age of 90, they will be curious to know a lot of things. So growth mindset is the important mindset you have to create. So whenever you go to get an opportunity, you should not think yourself like a filled cup. You should think about yourself as an empty cup where you can learn learn new things. Next one is managing time. Important soft skill what you have to learn is time, sense of time. So how you can, if you manage time, you can achieve all the things, all the skills, whatever we have discussed. So what is time? So this is if I show you a bottle of water, if you it is you will say that if a half-filled water bottle, if I show you now, you will say that it is half empty, half filled, and bottle with water, and lot of answers you would give me. But the thing is, when I ask you to hold it for few minutes, for 5 minutes, if you take the water bottle to drink water, you will not feel the weight of it. But when I ask you to hold the bottle for an hour, definitely you will feel that is the same weight of the bottle will give you a pain in your arms. So that is called, so time, sometimes the things which you have to leave when you think that it is compulsion, if you are working under compulsion, or you're learning under compulsion, or you're being in compulsion, that would make you feel very bad of the situation. You should think that you can manage and you are enjoying the thing what you learn. And the next one, how do we perceive time? So we always, some people do it very systematically, everything, and some people always, they have their own way of time. So the time, so you should have a calculative measure over time. The next one is, attitude towards time reflects on your personality. So when you go late to class, when you go late to work, so whatever you do, if it is delayed work or a pending work, will not give any rewards. So you should know it will reflect your time consciousness will reflect your personality. The next one is one of the soft skills will help only in the discipline sense of time. So all the soft skills would be learned only when you have the sense of time. Then steps for good self. So how can you become a good self of yourself, make yourself good? So when some people, you can say that whatever they do will be appreciated, and some people always feel that whatever they do is rejected. So how they manage, how they prove themselves as good in front of others. So the first one, change is a systematic. You should understand that there is always a change in your life, and that is always a systematic process. And you should have 5 steps. So there are 5 steps to learn. So in order to fit yourself in the change of the systematic. So systematically, if you approach the 5 steps, definitely you can enhance your personality. The first one is desire. You should have, all of you should have, as Abdul Kalam says, you have to have a dream. So that dream, if you are driven by your dream, you can achieve. With determination, if you are driven over your dream, definitely you can achieve your goal in your life. So definitely there won't be enough space for failure in your life. The next one is delving deep into self. So you should understand yourself before making yourself understand others. We are always very curious to know about the things which are published in the newspaper. We are very keen in understanding other people. We spend much time in talking about others, but you should think of yourself, whether how you are aware of yourself. So the self-awareness will definitely lead to self-confidence. So delving deep into understanding yourself would become a best step to become a good self. The third one is discarding limitations. You should not limit yourself. You should not think that there is a limit for your growth. So when you think that I've completed all this, I should not learn further, I should not read further, I should not, this is my limit. When you have a limitation, your life also will be shrunken to that limitation. So you should always think that you can achieve more than what you have achieved. The next one is developing positive image. You should develop a positive image of yourself wherever you are and however you in whichever situation is. So in a working environment or a college or a school or in a family, wherever, you have to project your positive image. And for that, if you have all the skills, if you concentrate more on yourself, if you understand yourself, definitely you can make a positive image of yourself. The next one is you have to synchronize. You have to have a synchronizing of your body and mind. So how you think. So sometimes when we feel eat, if you want to be fit, you should control your eating. So that will not do. Even if your mind says you will follow, you will fall the sweets or whichever dishes you fond of eating. So that is how you should have a correlation with body, mind, and if you have that, definitely you can fit yourself in the world too. So world expect a positive person in the society. A positive person will always have a positive environment. Such persons can create positive environment around them. So these are the five skills which are important for making yourself good. Then